Today, we'll be taking a look at some technical analysis in the Bitcoin charts, answering the question, are we in a bear market now, at least in the immediate term? And, right now, we're definitely looking bearish. The thing that I want to show you really quickly is if we go to the monthly time frame. So here on TradingView, where we'll be looking at, if we go to the 1 month right here, 1 month time frame, you can see how overbought we were. You can see this. So you saw this insane move up. We broke past the all-time high here. We've just seen monthly candles popping, popping, popping. We zoom over and up right here, you can see this wick. And whenever you see a wick like this, it is not good. This is not a good sign. This shows that we were so overbought right here. You see how you have the body of the candle. This, if you don't understand technical analysis, just brief. Obviously green candles bullish, red candles bearish. Price action went down on red. Price action went up on green. Where when you see a wick like this, basically what it means is the price was moved up while we were in this monthly time frame this high, so around the $40,000 range, our current all-time high, but we've pushed back down and now we're waiting for a close. And here you saw it's a nice body. These are all healthy candles, but you can even see like this one, for example, a pretty big wick up. If we were zoomed in more, you could see this temporary bear market, in the medium term. So that was, what, 1, 2, 3, those couple months there. It's interesting when you see this, and then you see this yet again right here. The last all-time high, massive wick, massive overly bought, and then in the monthly candle, we bring it back down to earth, and then we see a bear market. We're in this bear market, little pump, bear market, bear market. Even if we go back, it's really, really hard to see on these monthlies. We would have to really, really drag this up, but you can see this in all of the previous markets as well. You see this massive overbought wick, and that's when you kind of enter a bear market. But it is a little hard to zoom in with those on a monthly time frame. So I just want you to take a look at that. I recommend going in for yourself and understanding why these wicks are the way they are and why they kind of indicate we're in at least in the medium term, in a bit of a bear market. But right here, if you just look, like, we need some price correction. We are so overbought. Look, this parabola is ridiculous. It literally lifted off from Earth. This is like a moon rocket. So we just shot up. We're here. We literally doubled the all-time high within like a tiny amount of time, and we're overbought. It's pretty clear we're overbought. So if you go into the 1 day, or here, we can actually go to the 1 week. We'll just kind of break it down from here and just kind of explain how we could be temporarily in a little bit of a bear market in the medium term. Again, you can see this. We pumped up in the weekly time frames. This is that candle that was so overbought. You see big wicks on both sides. And now we're kind of touching down a bit more. Think we could honestly come down to the previous all-time high. We could come down to the around $20,000 range. I don't think that's the most likely with all the institutions in the space, but as you understand with technical analysis, it's all probabilities. Nothing is for sure. Nothing about doing charts is 100% for sure. You have to check fundamental analysis. You have to understand the underlying value of Bitcoin or whatever asset you're taking a look at in the charts. And then you also want to understand sentimental analysis, so what the market is feeling. I think the fact that we're having these massive stimulus checks is bullish, but in the I would say like medium to short term, we are bearish right here. So you can see, we can just draw this out real quick. So we would have to break this in order to return to kind of a bull market. We're seeing like that. And then you could draw, basically we're in a descending triangle is what I'm trying to tell you. Is about right here, I would say. And the interesting thing is, and we'll touch on this when we go a little bit more zoomed in, but you see this EMA ribbon I'm using. You see this is just the exponential moving average ribbon, and I'm using volume. The very bottom line, you see how we touched right here on this wick and popped right up? That is a bullish sign. So if you're in a short position, I highly would have recommended that you took profits there, because when you see something like that, when you see that's basically a sign. Life gives you signs, so do the charts, and it's one of these things where you definitely should have pulled profits when that happens, because when you touch this bottom line and it sharply reacts like that, that means that that's a key level of support. So that's why I think we could be in a little bit of a descending triangle, which actually is rather bullish. So what we would want to see to confirm this, because again, we're not positive we're in a descending triangle, but what we would have to see here is, we reacted off there. We would want to see here a lower high, a low, a lower high, and then either, break up, test the triangle and pop, or we would, break down from here, maybe retest this, and then dump down, okay? So those are kind of the two situations you want to watch out for, and that's why understanding that you have to be objective when it comes to the market. You cannot be emotional. If you're emotional and you're like, oh, I'll only long Bitcoin, or I'll only short Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going to zero, or Bitcoin's going to 1,000,000. Remove that. You cannot be, or just don't trade. Go ahead and believe what you want to believe, but it's just not a good thing to have. You want to be as objective as possible. So you see, one of the reasons I actually do kind of like this indicator is it shows these nice short positions. So, for example, here would have been a short. You would have made decent profits off of that. This is in the 4-hour candles. You can kind of see what I'm talking about with this descending triangle. So descending triangle is when the bottom is flat, the top is coming down at an angle. Ascending is just the opposite way. So interesting things here we did see this EMA ribbon flip when you kind of see, these nice wide bands. That's good. Then we started to see them consolidate a bit, didn't really know what was going to happen. Then big dump, big dump, big dump. A lot of people lost a lot of money there. So it's, kind of same in the Ethereum charts, but let me know in the comments if you want to see some Ethereum technical analysis. This would have been such a nice long position. I mean, look at that. Right off the all-time high. Ethereum, not so much. This is exactly what happened. We saw that kind of rising wedge, symmetrical triangle, pop up. I made a nice long position there. Through here, nice bounces. But Ethereum, not so much. Ethereum hit its all-time high and got rejected back down. So it's really just building up steam to blow. Ethereum is going to be insane when it blows. So, and blow to the upside. But again, as I said, we are kind of in this medium-term bear run, I think, when we're in this descending triangle. But again, with technical analysis, you have to understand that nothing is confirmed. So we have to wait and make sure that we are actually in a descending triangle. And how we would do this, again, is we would want to see price action move here. So we want to see every time we hit this support level, we bounce off like this, like this. And if we see a wick below, it's okay. If we see a fake out, it's okay. But because you have to remember with these lines, it's a range. It's not an exact line. So you'd want to see a lower high. So again, we saw a high, a lower high here, a lower high here, a lower high, a low, and then a lower high, and then either break up or break down. That's what we're kind of looking for. But here we can go kind of in the, how about we go to the 15-minute? And then we'll kind of wrap this up. But I'm curious what you think. Do you think we're just in this temporarily, and that Biden's stimulus is going to just pump all markets, including Bitcoin? Do you think we're going to be in this for a while? Do you think we're going to jump back down? Do you think we're going to go back down to 5,000? Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and if you enjoy kind of more technical analysis style videos. Also, other charts we can take a look at. As I said, I'd be happy to do Ethereum because I think it's really, really primed to explode. So just some quick patterns you can see here. We saw a little bit of a W right here. That would have been a nice long position. With a W, to do a breakout trade, you want to have it break the neckline, so right about here where you see this middle peak. You also want to see on the bottom of the W, this second bottom has to be a higher low. So you see it saw a low here, and then you want to see a higher low, and then you would trade it right here, do a nice breakout trade. That would be a nice pattern there. We did see a W. This one was a fake out though, because you see how these were the same distance, and it broke down, down, down. This was a descending wedge right here. That would have been a nice short-term trade. We formed a little bit of another W, you can see right here, which was actually, that would have been a very nice trade. And this popped up here, another descending wedge, another nice trade there. This wasn't a W. You see how the second low is not a higher low, it's a lower low. So that kind of indicated that we were about to dump down. We dumped down here. We are in a descending wedge right here. We could see a pop up here anytime soon. So that's why I'm kind of interested in this descending triangle. If it really is, we will see. So we'll stay tuned on this. Definitely let me know again in the comments if you enjoy this style of video. If you do, definitely hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell button, and all, because this is time-sensitive content. So I really appreciate if you like, subscribe button all, like, subscribe button all. Let me know in the comments any constructive criticism. anything. If you hate me, if you love me, let me know in the comments down below. Definitely subscribe and hit that like button. Also, the bell button is very, very important. So, as always, invest global, and until next time.